Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paola. In case that you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe. So for today's video, I decided to do a mommy and me makeup Halloween look. And I also threw in some last minute little Halloween snacks to do with your kiddos. Without further ado, let's jump right in. I'm going to start off with Jake's look. I'm just priming his face first. This is just an e.l.f. poreless primer. I love this, especially for the kind of makeup I'm going to do. And this is the Wet n Wild's Fantasy Maker little palette. I got this, or they have this at just about any drugstore. And I'm just using a beauty sponge to kind of spread it all over his face to use as a base. We're going for Frankenstein, guys, so bear with me. Now I'm using the Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and I'm going to use the greens in this palette just to go ahead and, get that Frankenstein feel. Oh, I always mess up. You guys know this. I'm just taking it and applying a not even base. Like, I want to make sure that it looks a little like blotchy because I don't want his skin to look flawless. Like, that's not the point of Frankenstein, you know? Now I'm going to go in with this deep purple color, and I'm going to use it like in the crease. You know what I mean? And no, I'm not putting crease makeup on my boy, like my little boy. I just want it to look deep, like almost like bruising, or, give him that real Frankenstein dead feel. He's really loving this, by the way, guys. You guys can tell, I'm sure. Oh, a little thriller action. All right, Jake, I see you, puppy. Now I'm going to go in with the Morphe and Kathleen Lights palette. I'm using this like shimmery green color. If you guys have it in a different palette, you can, feel free to use it. I'm using it to build up a little bit of depth to it. I'm putting this one right in the crease as well. And then you'll see I start to put this kind of all over the face just to give it more of a 3D feel. I wasn't feeling the matte. I felt like he looked, I don't know, not like a little kid. So I did this instead, and I ended up loving it, and he ended up loving it. You can see the shininess of it. It's not too much glitter for a boy. It's just enough to really like amp it up. And then I'm going to use the black eyeshadow and kind of go in and give him some really dark bags, because Frankenstein is tired. And I'm using the same eyeshadow to kind of create this stitching across his face. Feel free to get creative and do the stitching however you want. And then all I did is I went in with a liquid liner and created, the X of the stitches. Oh, he loved it, guys. He loved it. Mission accomplished. Now I'm just going to go in with this e.l.f. black lipstick, and that is the finishing look. My turn. Alright, I'm just starting off with my brows. You guys, my brow routine is on here already, but in case that you need it, I will have it linked down below. I just went with really a lot thicker brows this time. That's the only difference. And of course, I'm priming my face with the same e.l.f. poreless primer because I'm not using foundation. I just want to give my face a poreless look. And with this oldie but goldie, I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Electric palette, and yes, I'm using blue as the first color. Don't kill me. And you don't have to be super precise with this. You don't have to be the best blender because, to be honest, the look is so colorful that you really don't even need it. And I'm just picking 6 colors total. I'm picking 3 on one eye, 3 on the other, and you'll see as I start to like really go in. I'm sticking as close to the lash line as possible just because I want the other colors to really show as well. You see, I'm just doing the same thing on this eye that I did on the other one, just with different colors. Whew. I love how intense this blue was. So much so that it made me feel like the lime green on the other side was not intense enough. So I go back in with just a denser brush so that it really packs on more color. Look how gorgeous this color is, y'all. I'm dying. Then I'm just taking an eyeliner and I am creating like these triangle shapes coming directly from my eyebrows, and then putting a little circle to kind of create the clown look. I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom, slightly skinnier, but feel free to get as creative as you want. You'll see in a second. I put a whole crown on the other side. So get creative, guys. It's Halloween. It's supposed to be fun. Then I'm going to do the circle for my red nose. And I have to do the clown mouth because, I mean, what's a clown without a clown mouth? Now I'm just taking the same colors I used for the eyeshadow and just kind of filling it in. It's really like coloring, guys. And once you get a look that you like, I'm putting on some mascara because I realized it looks like I have no lashes. I'm not putting on false lashes for this look, but I am putting on mascara. And then instead of red eyeshadow or face paint or anything, I'm using a high gloss red lipstick to put on my nose to really give it that clown like shiny nose feel. And then with the same Fantasy Makers white makeup that I used for my son's face, I'm going to go ahead and fill in all the inside of the mouth part. And of course, you can't forget the neck part. This is just an eyeliner, guys, and I'm just taking it to create almost like, I don't know, a neckline. It's not really a neckline. But just this clown thing that they have there, and then just like connecting them with little V shapes and little circles at the end. I'm going back in with the white again to serve as a base just so the colors pop. And I'm going to go back in with the eyeshadows. First I'm doing silver on the circles to make it really like shiny. But then I'm going to go in with all the eyeshadows with just my fingers, guys, and really going in. And Jake wanted to say hi again. Now that I have all this beautiful eyeshadow on my fingers, I'm just using it to kind of frame my face. Anywhere that I would use bronzer, I'm just using these colors, including like a contour. Now I'm just using a super bright, super stay red lipstick. This is the Fenty Stunna one, and I love the way it came out. Alright guys, time for snacks. Look at these delicious snacks. So for this one, we're going to need some yummy strawberries, some white melting wafers, these cute little candy eyes, and some wax paper. Wash and dry all your strawberries. So now we're going to melt the candy wafers. This is the white chocolate, I guess. And you can do it two ways. You can either do it in the microwave or you can do it the way I'm going to do it now. This is kind of like a double boiler. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a bowl and make sure it's completely dry on the inside. And then I'm taking a saucepan and just putting water in it. We're going to put that on top of this and then set the temperature to about, you can put it pretty high because it's not going to be direct heat. Just make sure the water itself does not boil. And we're just going to put this right in here. So I'm just going to do this over here so I can keep a close eye on it. You do want to keep a close eye to make sure it doesn't boil over. And in case you have to stir it, which you will in a little bit, I'll show you. But I'm just going to take this wax paper and put it on this cookie sheet just so that our strawberries don't stick. Okay. Now I'm just dipping the strawberries. Eyes on it. Put two eyes here. Oh, uh-oh. It's okay. I'm just going to take the rest of the candy melt and put it in a small Ziploc bag. So you're going to take and just cut the littlest piece off. You don't want it too thick so it doesn't get too messy. And you're just going to put Mommy bandages over it.
This one we're gonna need butter, Tootsie Rolls, marshmallows, food coloring, and Rice Krispie cereal.
So I'm starting off with about 3 tablespoons of butter that I'm just melting. While that's melting, I'm just going to go ahead and cut the Tootsie Rolls in half. These are going to be our stems for our pumpkins. And once the butter is melted, you just want to go ahead and add all of the marshmallows. You do have to mix it until it's completely stirred or mixed, and then just add food coloring. I'm adding about 4 drops of red, 2 drops of yellow, but you can play with this until you get the bright orange that you want. Just make sure you stir everything evenly. Once you have the color you want, you're just going to mix in your Rice Krispies. And it's not going to look like much at first, but then you do want to just go ahead and continue to mix it. I am putting Pam on my hands just to make sure it doesn't stick to me. But while it's still warm, you're going to take it, pick it up, and just make little balls. And these are going to be your pumpkins. And then I'm just putting the Tootsie Roll on top, pushing it in, and there you go. For this one, we're going to need some chocolate chip cookies, preferably the chewy kind.
We're gonna need some food coloring,
some mini marshmallows,
almond slices,
and some vanilla frosting. Now I just put some of this vanilla icing in this bowl, and now I'm letting Jake add a couple of drops of the red icing and just mixing it. Then we're going to take our cookies and just spread enough icing over the top of it. Then we're going to go ahead and put on the marshmallow teeth. While he's putting the marshmallows all around that, I'm going to go ahead and ice the top of the cookie or the top of the mouth and just put some more icing on the cookie. Get a couple of almond slices and pop those right on there like a little sandwich. And voila, you have Dracula's dentures. And that's all. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like it and subscribe. Share with your friends. Who knows? Someone might be looking for just this kind of video. Thanks again, guys. Until next time, bye!